Today's story features a girl's struggle to conquer a 500-meter mountain, overcoming setbacks. After 8 hours, she reached her grandmother's hospital. She met her grandmother, who struggled to speak clearly, yet her heartfelt and warm words of encouragement were precisely what she needed to feel uplifted and inspired. The next day, hearing colleagues flattering a data analyst named Tai, she felt a flash of brilliance. At lunch, she sat across from Tai, ready to contest wisdom. She gently tapped the table to get his attention, then adopted a pitiful look even though the tactic didn't quite work back in her village. But in her mind, Tai was leagues better than her. Writing a report was a piece of cake for her. So, she had to forego her dignity and humbly begged Tai for assistance. If her fiercely ambitious sister ever came to know about it, she would surely be prepared to fight to the death with her. Fortunately, Tai softened and agreed to help gather data. For days, she was on a learning spree. 3 nights later, she finally wrote 2 big, bold characters Mulu. Meanwhile, Heyoji was in distress. She had firmly believed she liked her sister, but lately, spending time with her sister made her heart race more and more. She couldn't tell if she was just greedy or if her taste had changed. But after a wise nudge from a senior, she realized she needed to meet her sister. So that night after returning home, Heyoji rushed to find her sister. From their conversation, it was clear that the sister couldn't care less about Heyoji. Even when Heyoji bragged about her listening skills, the sister seemed totally Even when hearing Heyoji eagerly say that her climb up the mountain was thanks to her encouragement, she barely reacted. After all, she wasn't involved. More speech meant more misunderstandings, so she excused herself as tired, ending the awkwardness. On the other side, after handing over the last bit of data, Tai was just about to leave when Unknown called him back. During their ongoing conversation, Unknown keenly detected the hint of gossip, prompting her to hastily interrupt it. So, in an unexpected move, Wildeye abruptly mentioned her meeting with Heyoji. This made Unknown tense up immediately, as she hadn't had a chance to clarify things lately due to the project report. But when she heard her sister mention that Heyoji was grateful to her, that only deepened Unknown's unease. Her sister started denying their relationship until Unknown mentioned seeing them hug, which finally led her sister to reveal the truth of the hug. It turned out that Wildeye had just happened to collapse in Heyoji's arms that day, and to avoid worrying her family, she asked Heyoji to keep it a secret. When she learned this truth, Wildeye was completely shattered. She ran through the square like a crazy bird until her foot injury resurfaced. Originally, her foot injury wasn't serious, but because Heyoji couldn't explain the hug, she accidentally agreed to date a guy. Ultimately, she removed her cast early and forced herself to participate in a pre-test run for college entrance exams, resulting in a shattered ankle and the loss of her college chance. The next day, she confidently handed the project report to the team leader, only to be nitpicked like garbage, even being asked to submit the original data. This made Waiva's world crash down again. Meanwhile, when Heyoji was about to rest, White-Eye's call suddenly came in. She sounded clearly tipsy and could barely hold her balance. Luckily, she hadn't lost her sanity. She pretended to be her sister and tried to explain what happened that day on the mountain. In her mind, Heyoji must have climbed the mountain by herself. There was no way she liked Wide-Eye. But seeing no way to escape, Heyoji finally mustered up the courage to reveal the truth. She couldn't believe she had reached the top, often wanted to quit. Seeing no classmates with Wide-Eye, she guessed she was waiting at the summit. I didn't believe in myself either, but she believed I would come, so she waited for me. That moment, her suddenly upturned lips at dusk left a deep impression on her heart. Then, an unexpectedly, hilariously awkward confession scene emerged out of nowhere, deeply imprinting itself upon Wide-Eye's memory, serving as her final recollection. At that precise moment, she was overwhelmed with an inexpressible sense of embarrassment. The maddening part was that she completely forgot the crucial line, "Who was really behind me? Was it Sister Lu Wai or me, Lu Wai?" But before she could gather her thoughts, a knock on the door interrupted her. Thankfully, Heyoji was walking slowly, giving her a moment to breathe. "You're awake?" "Yeah." Her expression spoke volumes about the entire story. "If someone's drunk, They should just stay home, not me. I just want you here. Sorry, I slept all day and even polished off the medicinal wine. Aren't you being rather friendly? Yesterday you said you liked her. What's the reason behind that? I just asked her out of curiosity if I made any mistakes yesterday. Thus was I started reflecting on her own confessions. However, Heij's eyes began to dart around as something very important happened last night. At that moment, Heiju had lost the courage to confess her feelings for Waijai, even using lateness as an excuse to wrap up the awkward conversation. However, upon arriving at the office, Waijai was whisked away for a meeting. Seeing the CEO in the main seat, she instantly understood. Even though the team leader took the report, when questioned by the CEO, the leader was clueless, relying on her for prompts. My name is I am the PR rep for you, my lie, that's right. Looking back at the faces of the team leader and manager Choi, they were as black as coal, but there was no way to silence them now. Just as Waijai felt elated from being stifled of her hard work, a greeting card suddenly appeared on the table. The back read an apology for making her shoulder everything but expressed a longing for her signed phone. This immediately reminded Waijai of the whistleblower case draft. It was by Pyo Shangyon. Manager Choi outsourced the demolition legal work to the third-ranked law firm in Korea. When she saw the person in charge of field work, Liu Wailai, the man revealed a cunning smile in an instant.